cute. I'm Travis here from the Wolf HunterZ, and we have a reaction video for you. Our social media platforms are above our heads. The links are in the description box below. Go check them out. Today's video is brought to you by Uwe. Uwe today has brought us a cool video. It is Floor reacting to her own band, Ghost Love Score.
All right, before we take a look at that, go ahead. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Feel free to comment below. All right, let's see what this is all about here.
Hello and welcome to this reaction to a reaction video. It's maybe a new concept, but it would be really weird, I think, to react to a song I did myself. However, I'd like to let you know I've been enjoying a lot of the reaction videos out there. I think it's great that Ghost Love Score was picked up by the masses, really, and yeah, I just wanted to give you my personal insight behind this song. Now, I'm not going to run through the whole thing like in a regular video, because what am I going to say? Oh yeah, I remember doing this or that, or yeah, you know, it's me doing this with, of course, my brothers in arms in Nightwish. So I'd like to kind of give you a bit of the technical behind the story kind of thing, and maybe a couple of memories that pop up. We're going to listen to Ghost Love Score version of Wacken Open Air. So that was 2013. It's quite a few years ago, but as far as I know, it's one of your favorites. So that's why we go through this song. And I'm not going to start right from the beginning. I'm going to start where I start singing. And well, I'll be reacting a little bit to that. There we go. And for drinking his beer. Okay. First of all, Wacken Open Air. 80,000 people in front of me. Yeah, I was a bit nervous. It was one of the biggest things that I've ever done, and at that time, the biggest thing. I knew we were recording it. Yeah, the pressure was so humongous, and it was fantastic to just come out on stage and feel like the music just took over and we were going to play this song. And, you know, of course, this was towards the end. The whole show was just magic, and I'm still so proud of how this song turned out. Now, in this very beginning, you have all the excitement that comes with this song, the anticipation of it. Now we're going to do it. But still, I need to sing quite little. I can't just, it has to be delicate. So that would be one of the biggest challenges, to kind of get all those feelings into singing the right words and with the right emotion without overdoing it. And yeah, that comes with a lot of control, both up here as physically, because I don't want it to sound too massive. It needs to start delicate and light. And from there we go into this part.
Oh my goodness. So I love her. She just has such a sweet presence about her, and it's cool to know that Floor has been watching, you know, the reaction videos, maybe our reaction videos, and, you know, that she appreciates, you know, us all doing this. Also, I totally know what she means. Like, sometimes even when I get on stage for the first song, it's like, wait a second, don't put all of your vocals into it, or like you can actually, well, I could actually hurt my vocals. So, you know, that is just, it's cool to know that Floor even thinks those things before she hits the stage. Of course, she flawlessly performs, and I love seeing her, you know, giving us how it felt in that moment to be in front of 80,000 people. It's amazing.
Well, there I really go into this operatic voice without making it too round, too operatic. It's a bit of a lighter touch of like the head voice, which I found very fitting to to the song. Of course, in the original that's also used, but I've been trying to give different kinds of colors to the different emotions and part of the story in this song. And so here I try to not make it too operatic, but with a nice touch there. And yeah, for me, this is one of the favorite parts of the song, really. It's yeah, it just gives me the goosebumps to sing it. You can even see it in the beginning where I just close my eyes and let it come out. It's a joy to sing. We continue. I just love the way that Empu comes by and just touches everybody in a small little gesture. That's something you don't rehearse. That's nothing not made. That just happens, and that vibe and feeling it's very precious. Actually, in the singing way, it continues in a delicate balance between expression and not too heavy singing. So I want to really tell the story and use a lot of dynamics and shifts in vocal styles and types to color, as you hear. And maybe also that the second time that these long notes come over the choir part, I start singing a little bit stronger and a little bit less operatic, until I go towards the end to the blue memory where I really power up a little bit to then put the brakes back on and just slide into the next tiny part that comes now.
I love how much thought and purposefulness goes behind, you know, exactly the way that Floor is singing in any given moment. It's not just raw emotions. It's not just because that's the way it was written. It's she just, you know, because she's speaking about it right now, we're getting to find out that she is so purposeful in
the details
of how she's singing. And I adore that. I think it's lovely. I think it's smart. And obviously she's amazing at it. I wonder if while she's watching these videos, she's ever like, oh man, I should have done this at that point. Because we listen to her and we're like, oh, you're perfect. You're perfection. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. When you hear yourself on an answering machine, you're sort of like, oh, I you know, whatever. I don't know. I just wonder if she has that or if she's just like, yeah, I nailed that part. What? Yeah, I was so good.
Siren from the deep came to me, sang my name, my Lord. Still I write my songs about the dream of mine, worth everything I may ever be. The child will be born again, that siren carried into me. First of learned true loves, sitting on the shoulder of an angel without care for love alone.
Oh, sorry, Empu, to just stop the solo. Wonderful to see the crowd also. I mean, I'm reacting to what I'm singing, but I'm also reacting to how you guys were out there in the audience, just feeling it with me. That interaction, despite the huge distance that we have on huge festivals like Wacken, where, yeah, there's a big part of me in front of me of stage, and then there's a barrier and security, and yeah, then thanks to the cameras, you can actually see even more, see how everybody's feeling it, because this song is feeling its emotion. And what I also noticed that's maybe funny to tell is that throughout the years, I did start singing it a little bit different as I did in 2013. Different nuances. It's small things really, but the biggest thing for me in telling the story of this part of the song is constantly playing between the dynamics. A little bit fuller voice, more chest voice, more light head voice, and really try to speak the words so you hear what I'm saying without exaggerating so that it becomes just technical. And yeah, I mean, when it comes to that, this song is really challenging, and that's also why it's cool to react to this and go through the whole thing with you guys. If I may go back in time with you, 2013, first time Wacken open air with Nightwish. I already told you I was really nervous, but I have very fond memories of just being there, and the enthusiasm of the audience and the way that everything just came together on that stage that night. I think you can still feel it in the video of this song and in our DVD made of that entire show that night. And I will cherish that forever. I'm so grateful that there is such a, you know, memory of this. It's immortalized, as I said it on stage, like it is. Okay, we just jump over the beautiful instrumental and continue. All right, more expression, more power.
Yes.
It repeats itself twice, and it builds up. Instrumentally, there's a difference between the first and the second time, and also vocally, I want to emphasize that dynamic change by, well, powering up even more. And yeah, it just has this really nice groove and feel to it that's really, yeah, I want to pick that up in the vocals too. And yeah. We continue into the next part.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, this is one of my favorite parts because this is where I feel like the most character comes out, and I really like that.
She slays it.
This character,
She knows it. She's like looking at it like, I slay this part. And we're all like, yes, you do.
Yeah, let's see how she does on the review for it. Let's see if
Yeah.
she comments on that.
All right, that was
Fun.
a little bit of heavy opera singing along with the choir, and a very expressive, almost theatrical.
Yeah. Boom.
Okay. The dog just sat on the light. All right, a little bit of opera, very dramatic, very almost theatrical part in the song where expression and power just needs to be there. And yeah, you can really feel that the whole song is building up. I'm shifting from a very strong operatic voice to a full chest voice or belting voice. Before I continue talking about this particular version of Ghost Love score, I have to take you back in time before this actually was recorded, and to how the ending of the song came to be, because it was a spontaneous thing. I don't know if I must have told you in an interview here or there, but before I joined Nightwish, this was already one of my favorite songs, and I always heard things in the end that I kind of sang along. If I ever sang along with a song, it kind of freestyled into that direction of what it became. And as soon as I started to get more comfortable on stage and knowing the songs with Nightwish, I started to kind of freestyle during the rehearsals during the day, or like with sound checks and stuff. And at some point I just went for it. And I didn't do that before because I didn't feel comfortable enough with what I was doing myself. Nobody was holding me back or anything. But as soon as I started, you know, freestyling, the rest of the band was like, that's kind of cool. We can try that tonight on the show. And so I did.
That's awesome.
And one of the first times I really sang it was in South America with that first tour we did together. And it just exploded. Everybody loved it, and it sort of fell into place, and it became my own version of the song as a natural development into this song.
That's awesome.
And I know now, many years later, it really became such a thing that, you know, Ghost Love scores for always on our set list, and I think that's super cool. So we'll continue into the 2013 version of the Wacken show. Once again, a lot of different voices are used. It's powerful opera on those ha ha ha. To get the timing right was a little bit of practicing, because you really want to just do that right. And now it's just embedded in my system. But powerful opera needs to be pushed out immediately. And from that energy back into Redeem Me, it's almost a little bit low for me, like below where my power is in my voice. And it shouldn't be powered, so it needs to have that exact dynamics without it sounding too thin. And then once again, building up towards the end, where it's just a full belt that kind of introduces that last part that became so famous. Let's write that one out. I can really miss this stuff. Damn. Yeah, there's something about that note that just...
That is excellent.
I always feel it. Always. How often I may hear it or sing it, it just... Oof. I kind of visualized, because in the beginning I keep it a little bit smaller, and then on that long note I build it up full force opera with everything I have, and then comes the tricky part to switch from that operatic voice on the same height to a full belting voice. That I personally always find a little bit exciting, because you really want to have it right. You don't want the voice to kind of... And of course, when the high note comes, it needs to come. It's only cool when it's really there. And I'm no machine, so it doesn't just always happen. But I do remember one show in particular. We have some DVD material from that. That was in Colombia. We played a show there, and we were going to record everything for DVD. We recorded a lot of it, but I became sick. and my voice was basically gone. During the day, I had high fevers, and my whole body was basically shutting down. And yeah, it was really like, let's see how it's going to be, because if you can barely stand without feeling like that of the fever, then how are you going to perform a 2-hour show?
Right, yeah.
And there's something that just happens. Troy in our band calls it Dr. Theater. That comes up. That and a bunch of pills to, you know, suppress the fever and all of that.
The show
made us
must
go
go
on stage, and then the energy, of course, of the crowd. I started to feel much better. That didn't magically fix my voice, though. It was still having a hard time with especially with the high belting notes. So this song was really like, let's see how it's going to be like. And this belting note in the end is basically one of the highest stuff that I have to belt out. So, and it's at the very end of the show. So you're always already tired of doing everything else, and you still have to have enough to have it, which is extra hard when you're sick. But it felt like my body just knew what to do. And as soon as this note came, it just said, yes, I can do this. And there it was, as powerful as it would have been when I'm not sick. And it felt like, wow, I don't know where that comes from in my body. But
it's amazing. Yeah,
it's a really fond memory of, just getting this out even under more challenging circumstances. So yeah, it's wonderful to see how this note just came out, and how it just puts a spell on everybody in the crowd. It has something special, the way this song just builds up and continues after that. Wonderful. On that note, I'm gonna thank you for watching this reaction video. I really, really look forward to performing this live for you guys.
Yes.
But we still have a pandemic to sit out, so let's keep our sanity for a little while longer, and our good health. In just a little while, we have this Nightwish virtual show coming up, and as we are preparing, I can tell you it's going to be as magical as Nightwish can be. I really think it's going to be something special, and I hope we can meet each other at least virtually there. And well, until next time though, in the real life, on a real stage with Ghost Love Score, thank you for watching and take care. Bye.
I love her. Guys, she is the sweetest person. Oh my goodness.
I like their shirt, by the way, just to put that out there.
Yeah. Wow, I think that was super special. I love getting to hear that. You know, there's always, we love behind the scenes stuff, behind the scenes footage, behind the scenes just knowing who artists are and why they do what they do. Like, I feel like if we could just sit around and pick their brains for even just 30 minutes.
That would be so cool,
like,
right?
We would love that. Yeah. So even just getting to hear Floor talk about this single experience and then just adding, you know, experiences from other shows is really special. And I'm super happy, Uwe, that you shared that with us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Floor, for sharing that with us. And we love you guys. And we hope that you enjoyed getting to hear, you know, Floor, anybody who hasn't seen this video yet, see, you know, Floor's how she reacts to remembering those moments. Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed hanging out, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hang out again. Stay tuned, stay positive.
We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I just wanna bang my